Hi there, this is Margaret and welcome to my YouTube channel Grammar Buzz Learning Made Easy. Hey, thanks for joining me today. In today's video, we are going to learn about the 6 steps method of converting direct speech to indirect speech. But you know what? Before we move on to the main part of the lesson, we need to quickly look at the lesson objectives. And the lesson objectives for the day aims at helping us to know how to convert direct speech to indirect speech using the 6-step method. Yes, it helps us to know the 6 steps of converting direct speech to indirect speech. So let's get started. But you know what? Before we move on, let us quickly revise what we have already learned in the previous video. So, we have already learned about narration. So what is narration? Well, the act of reporting the words of the speaker is called narration. When we report the words of the speaker, it is called narration. Narration can be done in 2 ways. There are 2 ways of reporting the words of the speaker. One is direct speech and the other is through indirect speech. Now, what is direct speech, right? Let us find out. Well, you know that direct speech is writing down or reporting the actual words that were said by the speaker. The exact words of the speaker are enclosed in the quotation marks. So what about indirect speech? Well, indirect speech sometimes is also known as reported speech. The exact words of the speaker in indirect speech are transformed and they are said or written in simple language. Well, now let us try and understand direct and indirect speech through some examples. And our example sentence is, she said, I saw him. She said, I saw him. This is direct speech. Note the sentence is within quotation marks. And the quotation marks are used to show exactly what was said by the speaker. Speech marks are positioned at the start and the end of the actual words that were said by the speaker. The part where it reads, she said, are not in speech mark because this part was not said out loud. This is just a way of the writer communicating who was speaking to the reader. Said is the reporting verb in the sentence, and I saw him is the reporting speech. Now let us consider the same example that we saw in direct speech. So now we will try and use this for our indirect speech. So let us convert the direct speech, she said, I saw him, to indirect speech. And converting it to indirect speech, we have, she said that she had seen him. She said that she had seen him. This is indirect speech. Can you identify the changes in the sentence? Well, I guess you can. We notice that in indirect speech, no quotation marks are used. There is no comma after said. The quotation marks are replaced by the conjunction that. There is a change in the pronoun from I to she, and the tense of the sentence has also changed from simple past to past perfect. Now you know there are 6 steps to convert direct speech to indirect speech, and you should know them before we get to know the rules of conversion. So let's get started. And the first step is of identification. And all we need to identify is subject, the object, the reporting verb, first, second, third person in the reported speech, and if the reporting verb is in past form, then the tense of the reported speech. Remember, the second step is change of reporting verb. The reporting verb is converted or changed in the following way. Said to is converted to told. Said remains unchanged. say to is changed to tell and says to is changed to tells. Remember, said to, told, said remains unchanged, say to, tell, says to, tells. Moving on with the third step, and that is replace inverted comma. The third step is to replace the inverted comma with the conjunction that. While converting direct speech into indirect speech, we will remember to remove the comma and inverted comma in the sentence and join the reported speech with the conjunction that. And our fourth step is change of pronoun. Yes. Pronoun that were identified in direct speech will be converted in indirect speech as follows. First person is decided as per subject. Second person is decided as per object. Third person remains unchanged. We can remember this change easily with the help of the acronym S.O.N, also called SUN. The fifth step is change of tense. The fifth step in the conversion of direct speech to indirect speech is the change of tense. This will happen when the reporting verb is in past form and the reported speech is not a universal truth or a habit. For present tense, simple present will change to simple past. Present continuous changes to past continuous. Present perfect changes to past perfect. And present perfect continuous changes to past perfect continuous. For past tense, simple past changes to past perfect. Past continuous changes to past perfect continuous. For future tense, will or shall changes to would or should. And for modal verbs, can, may changes to could and might. And now let us move on with the sixth step, and that is change in time. And this is the final step in the change. Words that indicate nearness are changed into words denoting distance in indirect speech. Like here is converted to there, tomorrow to the next day, today to that day, yesterday to previous day, this to that, now to then, and tonight to that night. Well, now that we are already aware of the 6 steps of conversion, let us look into a few examples to understand the 6 steps clearly. And our example sentence is, Harry said, I am very tired now. Harry said, I am very tired now. Let us start with the 6 steps of converting direct speech to indirect speech. And the first step is of identification. In this sentence, Harry is the subject and said is the reporting verb. The second sentence is the change of reporting verb. Since the reporting verb is said, it remains unchanged. The third step is replacing inverted comma with that, and we have Harry said that. The fourth step is change of pronoun. In this case, I is first person pronoun, and since Harry is the subject, I gets converted to he. The fifth step is change of tense. The sentence is in simple present tense. So, am is changed to simple past, that is was. The sixth step is change of time. Now gets converted to then. And bingo! We have our sentence, that is, Harry said that he was very tired then. Harry said that he was very tired then. Moving on with our next example, and that is, They said we will play football tomorrow. They said we will play football tomorrow. Let us start with the 6 steps of converting direct speech to indirect speech. The first step is of identification. In this sentence, they is the subject and said is the reporting verb. The second step is change of reporting verb. Since the reporting verb is said, it remains unchanged. The third step is replacing inverted comma with that. And we have they said that. The fourth step is change of pronoun. And the pronoun we here changes to they. The next step is change of tense. The sentence is in simple future tense, so will is converted to would. The sixth step is change of time, so tomorrow gets converted to the next day. And we have our sentence. That is, they said that they would play football the next day. They said that they would play football the next day. Here comes our next sentence. And our example sentence is, Jack said to Bob, I went fishing. Jack said to Bob, I went fishing. Following the 6-step formula of conversion, the first step is identification. Here Jack is the subject, said to is the reporting verb, and Bob is the object. The second step is change of reporting verb. Since the reporting verb is said to, it gets converted to told. The third step is replacing inverted comma with that, and we have Jack told Bob that. The next step is change of pronoun. In this sentence, the first person pronoun I gets converted to he because Jack is the subject. The fifth step is change of time. So, here the sentence is in past continuous tense, so it gets converted to past perfect continuous tense. So we have had gone. And since there is no time word in the sentence, we skip the 6th step. And we have our sentence ready. That is, Jack told Bob that he had gone fishing. Jack told Bob that he had gone fishing. What about the next example? Let's find out. The teacher said Akbar died in 1605 AD. The teacher said Akbar died in 1605 AD. Following the 6-step formula of conversion, the first step is identification. Here, the teacher is the subject and said is the reporting verb. The next step is change of the reporting verb. Since the reporting verb is said, it remains unchanged. The third step is replace the inverted comma with that, and we have the teacher said that. And since we do not have the 4th and the 5th step because there is no change of pronoun and there is no change of tense, our sentence remains the teacher said that Akbar died in 1605 AD. Note, here we have not changed the tense because the sentence states a fact or a truth. It tells us about a universal fact or truth, so there will not be any change of tense. And hence, we have that sentence, the teacher said that Akbar died in 1605 AD. So, remember, if the sentence is about universal truth or fact, the tense of the sentence never changes. And so we had, the teacher said that Akbar died in 1605 AD. Let us move on with the next example. And our example sentence is, Billy says to me, I am having dinner with my parents. Billy says to me, I am having dinner with my parents. So let us start start with the 6 steps of conversion, and the first step is identification. So here Billy is the subject, says to is the reporting verb, me is the object. The second step is change of reporting verb. Says to is converted to tells. The third step is replacing inverted comma with that, and we have Billy tells me that. The fourth step is to change the pronoun. In this case, I is the first person pronoun, and since Billy is the subject, it gets converted to he. The fifth and the sixth step is eliminated since the reporting verb says to is in present tense, and we have Billy tells me that he is having dinner with his parents. So that's our sentence. Billy tells me that he is having dinner with his parents. And with that, we move on with our practice time. So we see them every day, you see. They are black, scary at times, and they look alike. Here is an interesting fact. They are among the most intelligent species of this planet. Can you guess who are they? Aha, you're right. They are crows. Crows are everywhere. So today in our practice time, we are going to listen to the story of the thirsty crow. And in between the story, I will be providing you with a few direct speech, which you will have to change to indirect speech using the 6-step conversion method that I have already taught you in this video. So are we ready? I bet we are. And so let us start with our story, The Thirsty Crow. Hey, you see, it was a hot summer's day. A thirsty crow flew into a village in search of water. Water, water, water. The crow flew over the house, fields and trees, but he didn't find any water. Where can I find some water? Said the crow. Hey, now that's your sentence, and it's your turn to convert this to indirect speech using the 6-step method. So, here you go. Hey, have you done it all right? Have you? And here we are. Let's check our answers together. Where could he find some water? Yes, that's it. Where could he find some water? That's your indirect speech. So, let us find out what happened next in the story. After a long time, he came across a farm. Under one of the trees on the farm was a pitcher of water. Happy that he found some water finally, he swooped down to the tree and then down to the ground. He quickly moved towards the pitcher and looked inside. And the crow said, "The pitcher will surely be full of water." Yes, that's your sentence. The crow said, "The pitcher will surely be full of water." Now it's your turn to change this direct speech to indirect speech using the 6-step conversion method. So, here your time starts now. So, are you ready? Hey, tick tick 1, tick tick 2, tick tick 3, tick tick 4, tick tick 5. So, that's it. Let us now discuss our answers together. I bet you have done it correctly. And here it comes. The crow said that the pitcher would surely be full of water. The crow said that the pitcher would surely be full of water. Hey, good job. So now let's find out what happens next in the story. Well, there was very little water in the pot. The crow put his beak inside the pitcher but could not reach the water. The water level was too low, and the narrow opening of the pitcher prevented his neck from going all the way down. "What can I do now?" cried the crow. Hey, that's your sentence. So, you need to convert this to indirect speech using the 6-step conversion method. So, here you go. Let's start. So, have you done it all right? I bet you have. So, let's check our answers. And in indirect speech, it becomes, what could he do then? What could he do then? Great job. Now let us find out what happened next. He tried to push the vessel down to let the water out, but it was too heavy. The crow was disappointed. He was really thirsty and needed a drink of water badly. He could have given up, but he didn't. Instead, he looked around and thought, what else can I do? He saw that there was a lot of pebbles on the farm and he had an idea. He collected the pebbles and put them into the pitcher one at a time. He was happy to see the water level slowly come up, and he said, I can drink some water now. I can drink some water now. And that's your sentence. Hey, quickly convert that to indirect speech. And what do we have? Yes, what do we have here? And you are right. It is, he could drink some water then. He could drink some water then. Well, after drinking the water, the crow was happy as he quenched his thirst, and he flew back home happily. And that's the end of our story. Hey, you did a fantastic job. Hope this video helped you to understand the 6 steps of converting direct to indirect speech. If you have any questions at all, you know what? Just pop them in the comment box and I'll get back to you. Well, thanks for watching and staying with me all throughout this video. Don't forget to like, comment, share and press the bell icon and subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. So this is Margaret signing off for today. Take care of yourself and bye everyone.